Hey everyone, this is Martin from howtomakemobilegames.com on December the 1st, actually, 2017 today. I'm about to head off to work and I thought I'd do a video, so if I'm a little bit... got kids running in front of me, in front of the car. There's like 3 kids running down the street, like running away from the car. The guys let me go as well. What are you doing? Cheers, man. Yeah, so forgive me if this is a little bit sketchy, the video, guys, because I'm concentrating on the road. Hopefully the traffic isn't too bad. I wanted to talk in this video just about what I've been doing this past couple of weeks now. So, as I mentioned in the last video, I've been a full-time Unity developer now at another company, and it's going, I think it's going really well. I hope it's going well for them as well. And it's been interesting because it's the first time in quite a long time now that I've been in Unity full-time, you know, from 9 till 5 or whatever, just in Unity coding all day, working with the editor, working with VS Code now, so the sort of the new version of Visual Studio. That's very interesting as well, learning all about that. So it's very different for me, obviously, from my life in China, and I'm learning loads. Basically, is the other thing that I wanted to mention. I felt like a little bit slow at first because I've worked in Unity before I was working full time with this company. I'd worked on the game, the Varex Poker, and also IQME and IQME1, and then also some VR as well. So I'd done all those. But it was I felt at first like I was a little bit slow because I hadn't been in code for so long. And sorry, I hope this video isn't making too much noise, guys. I noticed on the last car video it was kind of shaking, and I've only got 10 minutes on this video because I'm running out of space on my card. Yeah, I better keep an eye on the time. But I've gotten to the flow of it now, and getting used to a new keyboard as well because I'm used to working on a Mac. That took, you know, I felt like I wasn't able to type at first, but that's getting a lot better. So yeah, it's so interesting. I feel like I am learning a lot of stuff, and I'm learning a lot about code. So it's just so interesting going from throughout the day doing a little bit of Unity maybe, and mainly sort of like BD work, and then not really having a lot of structure to my day because, as you guys know, Cobble Play really hasn't progressed in terms of business or you know, revenue or anything in the past like 2 years now. It's really not. So that led me to not have structure. You know, it's very difficult to give yourself clear focus and want to be very structured in your business if you're just not getting anywhere, or you know, the business isn't making any money, or you think it's you know, the business is going down, or it's not the right market, or whatever. It's very difficult, but this has given me some good structure, so I'm really happy about that. And waking up early every day, like regular, literally every day, waking up at like well, I set my alarm this morning for 7:45 a.m. and having that regular structure to my life is really good as well, because literally for what was it, 2011 when I started Cobble Play, so for like 6 years or more now, almost 7 years, literally just having no structure to my sleep routine either. We almost never went to bed at a set time and almost never got up at a set time, and it was always late as well. We were sleeping at like 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, something like that, and then waking up at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, it was just all over the place. And there were some times when we tried to wake up early, but unless you've got an office to go to at a specific time, it's very difficult for me. I think, oh no, why, oh, traffic lights. I heard this actually shaking a second ago, guys. I hope it's not going to make a lot of noise again. I'll try to... actually, let me. What I'll do is I'll put some. I've got a little bit of tissue there. I'll put that underneath the camera, and then that'll stop it shaking. Not that I've got a lot of time, but I'll do that anyway, just so it doesn't shake so much. Hopefully, it's okay. You won't hear the rattling. Actually, I think the rattling is coming from the dashboard in the car, not from the phone shaking on the dashboard. So yeah, I had no structure, and I think that's been a really healthy thing now. So waking up every day, even on the weekends, waking up at sort of like 8 or 9. 9 is like a lion now, so that's really good. Actually, I'll stay on this lane. This guy's right behind me. So that's a good thing. Oh god, I'm going too fast. You see, I really need to focus on the roads. I didn't get a video out, guys, for the past I think a couple of weeks now. I think the last one I did was a revenue video. What's happening on the business side? I'm trying to give you guys something, of course, like, you know, what I'm working on, what I'm doing code-wise and business-wise. So it looks like our new VR game, which is more of an app experience, it's not really a game, it's an alien abduction experience in VR. I think that's about to go live on the Oculus Store. It's now past technical review, and they're doing like a content review now, I think they mentioned on email, which is great. So because we ran into a lot of problems on frame optimization, and they kept on coming back to us like 4 or 5 times saying, hey, your frame rate is dropping below 90 frames a second, you've got to sort that out. So FYI, guys, you know, if you are thinking of building VR for Oculus or even HTC, I don't know what their guidelines are on Steam or Viveport, but on Oculus Rift, they basically, you can't drop below 90 frames a second, and their benchmark is like a GTX 960 or something like that. So they came back to us over and over. So when you're building, obviously optimization doesn't have to be done from the very beginning, but if your scenes if you think they're going to be very heavy, or they're going to have a ton of characters, or if you think, oh, this is going to be very post-process effects heavy, you know, using the post-processing stack, and you're relying upon that, then have a think about how that's going to impact the frame rate, and can you optimize around that later, yes or no, because they kept coming back to us from that. Also things that might be rendering which are behind the scene as well. So I've not used the occlusion culling feature in Unity ever. I know about it, I've seen it in action a couple of times, but I've never used it. But as far as I'm aware, if you do have occlusion culling turned on, I don't know if it's dynamic or not. So if you do have objects in your scene that are not labeled as static, and you turn on occlusion culling, they won't get culled. You know, they won't get they won't have the renderers turned off, and they will still be what's the word, computed by the camera or GPU, whatever. Also things that are facing the camera but might be behind some other geometry, that's another point as well. So for example, if you have like an object behind a wall, even though you can't see it, I believe that Unity is not going to occlude that piece of geometry. As far as I'm aware, that's one of the things that we noticed. Other point on optimization as well. What time am I on? 8 minutes. Oh my goodness. Another point is if you've got menus turning on and off as well. I noticed that this week. If you've got a lot of menu panels on your screen, make sure to either move them way off screen. Even if they are set to alpha, they still get considered by the GPU. They still get rendered because it has to be. I don't know the terminology, but the camera is also considering them something to draw, even though it's only drawing alpha. So move them off scene or turn the renderers off, okay? And so Oculus is going through. I'm working on some AR now, guys. I've been practicing a little bit with Mapbox and AR, and I've been checking out the Wikitude SLAM, S-L-A-M, plugin for Unity to do instant tracking in AR, as opposed to having to use like a little picture or something, which I think is a pain. What time am I on? 9, okay. Which is a pain. I did a little bit of Vuforia, and I did that without any image, just using the camera tracking, and then I tried it with a little image. I don't like in AR that you need an image. I really don't think that's a way to go. I think it's good for products and merchandise and things like card games. Yeah, definitely, it works really well. But I'm thinking of like maps and AR, that kind of thing. I'm playing around with that map box, so I'm having to think about how to do that at the moment. So that's pretty interesting. I've just got to find time to do it, and trying not to get home like, you know, too tired, so that I have so that I can push myself to continue studying different areas as well. So it's going good, guys. Hopefully more coming soon. I'm going to get going now. It's 10 seconds left, and I'll catch up with you everyone soon. Have a great week developing. Bye bye.